Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? The time is now 1 o'clock in the afternoon. My name is EJ Electric. I'll be your host for the rest of the day today. Welcome to Beauty and Wellness Manila VX, the Philippines' first virtual experience expo for the beauty and wellness industry here in Metro Manila. How are you guys doing? I really want to know if I have an audience right now because I can't see on my screen if there are people watching. So if you're right there, because you get to ask questions later on after the talk, say hello to the chat room. And if you have questions reserved for later, make sure that your microphones are muted, okay? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to our next speakers. Well, one of our speakers is actually our major sponsor from DJM Grandeur. We have a speaker from Globe Telecom, a speaker from Brilliant Skin, also a sponsor of this event. And we have our friends from HP Indigo and HP Latex. We had them yesterday and they're coming back today. All great talks, by the way. We will talk about business building and there you go. And making your mark in the beauty industry. Let me introduce to you our first speaker. She is a board certified chemist and a graduate of University of Santo Tomas. She's currently the president of the Chamber of Cosmetics Industry of the Philippines, or CCIP, and also served as one of the past presidents of the Philippine Society for Cosmetic Science. For your information, CCIP is one of our organizers of this event. At present, she is one of the board of trustees as treasurer in the ASEAN Cosmetics Association. She was also featured as one of the beneficiaries of the DOST setup program by the Philippine News Agency. Interesting. Her 4 decades of experience in the cosmetic industry has expanded her expertise in product formulation of cosmetics and drug home remedies. She currently manages their family-owned company. It's called DJM Grandeur Corporation, our major sponsor, which provides toll manufacturing of OEM or ODM services. Whatever that means, she will explain that later. They also offer assistance on regulatory compliance, especially on licensing and product notification, registration to the Food and Drug Administration, GMP training, preparation of product information file or PIF, and safety assessment and halal certification. So I think these are the certifications that you need before you're able to release a product or a brand, especially cosmetically speaking. To talk about how to start your business in the beauty and wellness industry, give our next guest a big round of applause, Miss Geraldine Dina Estacio.
Thank you, EJ. That was very wonderful introduction.
You're welcome,
everyone
Dina.
Had a good lunch. So good afternoon, everyone. I know this time is very unholy. So at any rate, I try my best to keep you attentive. Okay, I will start sharing my screen now. So I will be discussing for this afternoon how to start your own cosmetic business. So outline of my presentation is the definition of cosmetics. Then I will be giving the practical tips. I will be discussing some of the FDA regulations, marketing plan, licensing of cosmetic establishment, and CCIP assistance. Okay, so to start with, what is a cosmetic? So cosmetic is a substance or preparation intended to be placed in contact with the various external parts of the human body. So it can be the epidermis or our skin, hair system, the nails, lips, and external genital organs, or with the teeth and the mucous membranes of the oral cavity with a view exclusively or mainly to clean, perfume, change their appearance, correct body odors, protect, and or keep them in good condition. So as you can see, cosmetic preparations are all applied externally. What are the practical tips? The first and foremost, you should know the FDA regulations. So second, do research or find what specific products you want to sell. And three, you should know your target market and choose your mode of marketing. Fourth, check all legal requirements. Ask professionals for advice. Then you need to set your budget and manage your finances. What is more important is you should be creative, be passionate, and be patient. And the last, be knowledgeable in all aspects of your business. The more you know your business, the better chances for your business to grow. So, what is FDA? The Food and Drug Administration of the Philippines, formerly known the Bureau of Food and Drugs. It is a health regulatory agency under the Department of Health. It was created in 1963 by the Republic Act number 3720 and amended in 1987 by the Executive Order 175, otherwise known as the Food, Drugs, and Devices and Cosmetics Act. And this was subsequently reorganized by Republic Act number 9711, otherwise known as the Food and Drug Administration Act of 2009. The agency is responsible for licensing, monitoring, and regulation of cosmetics, drugs, foods, household hazardous products, and medical devices for safety, efficacy, and quality. So under these FDA regulations, we have the ASEAN Cosmetics Directive. This directive is a standard harmonized cosmetic regulatory scheme for regulating the cosmetic products as agreed by 10 ASEAN countries, namely Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Singapore, and Vietnam. So under this directive, once your product is registered in the Philippines, you can already sell to these other ASEAN member states. Under this ASEAN Cosmetic Directive, we have guidelines, the 7 technical documents. So number 1 is the cosmetic ingredient listings, which composed of the annexes. Under Annex 2, this is a negative list, which means these are the ingredients which are not allowed to be used in cosmetic products. And Annex 3 includes the ingredients that are restricted. You are allowed to use these ingredients, but with certain limitations. Then we have the Annex 4, which is a positive list, contains the colorants. And 6 are the preservatives, and 7 are the UV filters. We also have the Appendix 1, or the definition of cosmetic product, and the illustrative list by category. Appendix 2 is the guidelines for the labeling of cosmetics. Under Appendix 3, we have the cosmetic claim guidelines. So under this appendix, you can check what are the allowed and not allowed claims for cosmetics. Appendix 4 is no longer used because instead of product registration requirements, we are now required to apply for a product notification. Under Appendix 5, we have the common requirements for import and export. And Appendix 6 is the ASEAN guidelines for cosmetic GMP. And 7, it's the ASEAN cosmetic ingredient listings. So what specific products you want to sell? So you can check under Annex 1. This is the illustrative list. And to give you a more detailed information, you can download this in the website of FDA. So these are again another additional list. So again, you need to develop a marketing plan. Why? Because a marketing plan gives you a direction on how to move forward to selling your products to the consumers. It is also an effective way to sell and to enhance your reach to your market. So you need to know your target market, your mode of marketing, and you should have a strategy on the pricing and promotion. So what will be your target market? So if you need to choose, you need to choose your target market based on the age. So it can be a baby products or teens or for millennials or for seniors. If it is based on gender, it can be for male or female. And if it is based on class, it can be the A, B, C, or D. The A and B are more on the elite market, while the C, these are the medium class, and D is the mass market. So if you go for a higher percentage of market, you can go with the class C and D. As per location, we can go local or export market. And based on the job, you can make products specifically for office personnel, field workers, hospitals, or call centers. What will be your mode of marketing? So you can go into retailing or wholesaler and distributor, or you can go to direct selling or even networking and online. Nowadays, during this pandemic, online marketing is the #1 mode of marketing. So the perspective of licensing system for cosmetic establishment. First and foremost, you need to know what specific cosmetic establishment are you into or what are you interested in. So under our FDA, we have 3 categories. You can be a manufacturer if you have a facility, or if you don't have any facility and you want to go directly into marketing, you can be a cosmetic distributor or a cosmetic trader. What is the difference? A cosmetic distributor does not have to have a formulation. They can rely or seek the services of a toll manufacturer, while a trader owns the cosmetic formulation. So first and foremost, you need to have your business name. So if you are a single proprietor, you can get your business name from the DTI. And for a corporation, you need to get your business name from the SEC. What are the initial documentary requirements? So you need to have your residence certificate, passport, or any government issued ID. Then you need to get an NBI clearance and be ready with the PTR and PRC for pharmacists, chemists, or any other professionals. Then you should be ready also with your pictures, 1 by 1 and 2 by 2. And on the municipality level, you need to get a barangay clearance or permit. You also need to get a mayor's permit. And under the mayor's permit, you are required to get a locational clearance, fire safety inspection certificate, environmental clearance, especially for the manufacturers, health certificate, sanitary permit, electrical and building permit for manufacturers also. Under other related government agencies, you need to get a certificate from the Bureau of Internal Revenue or the BIR. So you need to get your tax identification number or TIN. This, you need to know about the withholding tax, income tax, rental tax, and value added tax or the VAT. So for your DR, delivery receipts and sales invoice, collection and acknowledgement receipts, you need to get a permit to print. You need to get also the Social Security Services number, pag-ibig number, PhilHealth, and this is for your employees. So you need to know also the guidelines from the DOLE or the Department of Labor and Employment. Especially nowadays during this pandemic, there are some requirements being imposed by the DOLE. Then we also have the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency or PDEA. if you are using some restricted or prohibited ingredients. We also have the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR, if you are a manufacturer. Then we also have the Philippine National Police for some regulated items. Under the FDA, you can get the license to operate from the CCRR, or the Center for Cosmetics Regulations and Research. You can also apply for the GMP certificate, and you can get also or apply for a certificate of product notification and or registration. Once you have your finished products, you need also to get a barcode number from GS1 Philippines. And you can also, if you are really into long-term business, you need to get your intellectual property rights. You can get the patents, trademarks, trade secrets, and even the copyrights. So if you really want to start your own business, I would suggest that you can apply for membership to CCIP, our Chamber of Cosmetics Industry of the Philippines, wherein we give some technical and regulatory assistance. So if you are a member, you can attend some of our technical seminar and workshops every quarter. So you will be guided what are the latest trends in marketing, the latest regulatory issues, so everything that you need to know and to keep abreast with the latest innovations and marketing strategy. We also have the CCIP pool of experts. We have the in-house GMP training, which is required by the FDA before you can get a GMP certificate. We also have assistance on the plant design or layout if you are interested to be a manufacturer. Then they can also assist you with the IPO, patent and trademarks, and even export compliance and other regulatory matters. Under CCIP, we usually have our general membership meeting every quarter, wherein we keep you updated with the news on the ACC and ACSP, or the ASEAN Cosmetic Council and the ASEAN Scientific Cosmetic Body. So I hope everyone will be interested and you can apply, you can check the booth in our exhibition hall so you can get our application form on how to be a member of CCIP. So with that, that's the end of my presentation. And if you have some inquiries, you can email directly our secretariat, Miss Melissa. So you can take note of our email address. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dina. Thanks, Dina. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, please address them now to Denise or Jam in the chat room. They'll collect all your questions and we will answer all of your questions at the end of our speakers later on this afternoon, okay? Make sure to stick around, by the way, because I'm giving away raffle prizes from our sponsors, Lauren and Company. Raffle prizes to be given away later this afternoon. Okay, let me introduce to you our next speaker. She is currently heading the business development team of Globe, myBusiness, which caters to the SME segment. Apart from doing customer insighting activities, business consultancy, and testing you relevant solutions for emerging markets, her team also specializes in working with companies to define their growth strategies in response to digital disruption and innovation possibilities. Prior to joining Globe in 2015, she was part of Buy-n-Tel's managed services that focused on assisting telco customers in setting up their IT infrastructure. So she's been in the business of telecommunications for for a couple of years. Our speaker is a licensed information professional and received various training on business consultancy, project management, and ITIL framework, focusing on IT services delivery and management. At present, she's taking her master's degree in information systems from UPOU while completing her Lean Six Sigma Black Belt certification. Now, I don't know what that is. Is that an information thing? But Black Belt to me sounds like karate. To talk about adapting to the new normal and obsessing about your customers, please welcome on the virtual stage, Miss Cris Roque.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cris Roque, Business Development Head of Globe myBusiness. On behalf of Globe, we hope all of you are safe and healthy, especially during this time. So just to give you a brief background of what I do, my team conducts business consultancy programs with SMEs to define their growth strategies in response to digital disruption and innovation possibilities. So this afternoon, it's my pleasure to join you to discuss the tools and technology for digital transformation to help businesses adapt to the new normal while still putting your customers at the center. Okay, so when ECQ came, almost 53% of the businesses have to shut down, particularly the non-essential goods. However, given the scenario, we still have to continue serving our customers and sustain the business. 700,000 SMEs were affected, and including this, 21% have reduced employee headcount to save on costs and remain operational. So given that a lot of enterprises, particularly in the supply chain segment, are still traditional, the COVID scenario pushed the enterprises to adapt and reinvent in order to survive. Given the new norm, our path to recovery is now to transition from traditional to a future-ready enterprise. Over the next few minutes, we hope to answer the following questions. First, how did the COVID crisis change the customer experience? Second, how should businesses design their customer experience so they adapt to the new normal? Third, what role does technology play in all of this? So for supply chain, there was a shift in business because of the COVID scenario. It was moderately affected among all segments, with manufacturing firms slowing down on production due to shortages in supply and manpower. Logistics is likewise hampered due to travel restrictions. For retail, consumers are now very cautious on spending because of the prioritizing mindset, wherein basic necessities are more preferred over non-essentials. In the midst of this crisis, however, opportunities still arise. Manufacturers have shifted their production into essential goods. For logistics, there was an increased demand in delivery services because a lot of people are expected to stay at home. For retail, there is a noticeable shift to e-commerce, which brought about a huge growth for those who are already online. Speaking of Philippine e-commerce, let's take a quick glance of the Philippine market prior to COVID. So the internet penetration rate in the Philippines is 67%. It's actually highest globally in terms of social media and internet usage. And we spend an average of 9 hours, 45 minutes daily. It's also highest globally. You see here, the opportunity in tapping the Philippine market in terms of e-commerce is high because of these statistics. 91% of the online Filipinos have visited an online retail store on the web using any device, and 76% of those online have actually converted or bought a product. In terms of top industries, number 1 is video games, followed by electronics, and third, it's fashion and beauty, with potential growth rates of 6.4% 14%, and 12% respectively. For preferred payment methods, COD and bank transfer is still the option for most buyers. Credit card penetration is still at 2%. Prior to COVID, only 2% of SMEs are into selling online. So there's still a huge number of the population that still need to make use of this potential. Because of the COVID scenario, there's been social distancing, limited business operations, and travel restrictions that shifted us to the new normal. Because of that, 23% of the population is spending more time shopping now online. In fact, e-commerce sales is expected to increase from 1 billion in 2019 to 6 billion to 2025 because of COVID-19 scenario. Because of that, we say that the opportunity to shift to e-commerce now is good, and it's right to invest to your online business. With all of these changes, businesses, particularly those in the retail segments, now have the opportunity to reevaluate their traditional selling channels, identify consumption changes within target markets, and adjust accordingly. We say that to thrive in the new normal, businesses should reimagine, reinvent, and recreate a customer journey with an increasingly digital consumer at the center. There seems to be a lot to consider, but in the mind of an entrepreneur, these are the usual questions. First, how do I make my business discoverable to my target market? Second, how do I set up effective communication channels with my customers? Third, how do I set up contactless payment solutions to allow my customer pay cashless for their purchase? For fulfillment and delivery, how do I manage my inventory and make sure that the goods are delivered on time to the right people? For feedback, how do I get feedback and encourage repeat business from my loyal customer base? Last but not the least, how do I protect my customer and my company's data from online cyber attacks? So where do we start? At Globe, we always make sure to obsess about the customer. So focus on your customers and what their experience will be, and transact with your business. It's not just about selling your product, but also making the great impression for your customers. Starting from discovery, ordering, payment, fulfillment, and feedback. The stages should be seamless for your customers. Over the next few slides, I will be discussing the relevant digital tools for your business as we go through different stages of the customer journey. Okay, step 1, for the discovery stage. Prior to the quarantine, our customers are finding us through different channels, like for example, the physical stores, but now that has changed. Since given the physical stores are closed, people have been staying at home, digital media and online have taken a step forward. With this, we see that being online and being with social media is a necessity because our customers are there. However, there are things to note. Don't create a Facebook or website just for the sake of having one because everybody's there. You have to be strategic. You have to post regularly and run paid ads if necessary to take leverage over the competition. You need to update your audience with announcements, special promos, and product offerings on a regular basis so that you will be top of mind. In terms of communication channels, there's voice, SMS, chat, email, and other multiple channels available. But what's important is to provide effective channels to enable you to interact with your customers conveniently. Third, on the contactless payment solutions, Of course, you can achieve better cash flow management and perform secure transactions with convenience with less physical contact by implementing mobile solutions such as GCash or online banking. For fulfillment and delivery, you can boost your operational efficiency and reduce on costs by implementing this kind of systems like warehouse management, cloud POS, and fleet management. For cloud POS, of course, you can monitor your sales transactions real time and review inventory reports to highlight what is selling and not. For warehouse and inventory management, you can keep track of your inventory levels anytime, anywhere. Now, if you have your own trucks or fleet, you can keep track of your vehicles and assets and ensure that routes are optimized through real-time GPS. For feedback, loyalty solutions are important to keep your customers. So Filipinos in particular love promos. So keep them updated through a loyalty platform or informing them through SMS blasting. Now, customers also rely on online surveys and social media ratings to gauge the performance of customer service of businesses. So we can take advantage of this to promote our brand. Last but not the least, you need to secure your data to make sure that your company and your customers' data are well secured. For virtual private cloud, it allows your employees to access your company data anytime, anywhere, especially if you're implementing a work from home scenario. Again, to recap, in all of these, the role of technology is that it enhances the overall customer experience. So you need to be discoverable, be where your customers are, provide convenience to your customer, and make it easier for them. The use of tools to obsess about your customers is important so that you give that kind of impression that lasts for long for your customers. So at Globe, we want to be your trusted digital partner. So whether you're a new company or already operating your business, we have the right digital solutions for your need. Since we are known to provide mobile and internet service, we are actually also providing relevant digital solutions to help you create success in your business. Globe myBusiness is committed in helping your business grow in the use of technology so you can provide a seamless experience to your customers. So every business needs a partner that they can trust, a partner that only supports their day-to-day operations but also invests heavily in the future success of your business. In Globe, our value propositions is to empower Filipino entrepreneurs to succeed as a partner and handhold them in terms of digital transformation. Through our products and services, we encourage and support them to create their own success. So as my last slide, my key takeaway from this presentation is that we should obsess about our customer and make sure that whatever happens, we are able to provide an excellent customer experience. This differentiates us as a successful business among the rest. Fortunately, right now, technology is available to allow us to do so. Okay? So if you want to learn more about our products and services or the relevant solutions for your business needs, you can scan the QR code here or go to this link so you can schedule an appointment with our team. Again, thank you, Beauty and Wellness Manila, and also to CCIP. Stay safe and healthy, everyone.
Thank you very much, Cris. That was our friend Cris from Globe. And now for our next speaker, to talk about her online business journey and success stories, our featured speaker is awarded as the Go Negocio Woman in the 2020 Entrepreneurship Summit, the 23-year-old mother of two. is the young CEO of Brilliant Skin Essentials. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to Miss Glenda Victorio.
Miss Glenda de la Cruz Victorio is a 23-year-old CEO of Brilliant Skin Essentials Inc., one of the fastest growing and top-performing companies in the beauty industry. She was awarded by Gawad America as the youngest Filipino CEO in the field of cosmetics and skincare last 2018 to 2019. And as young and dedicated she is, Miss Glenda participated in the 2018 Professional Development Program Strategies for Leading Successful Change Initiatives Mastery Session in Harvard University. With consistent perseverance, Ms. Glenda was recognized again by Gawad America Awards last year as the Outstanding Online Entrepreneur in Cosmetics and Skincare. The fruit of her labor, especially on the online world, doesn't end here when she was awarded by Famous as the most influential online brandpreneur. Ms. Glenda's success and remarkable achievements as the youngest CEO of Brilliant Skincare has greatly inspired Filipinos in and out of the country. This has been recognized again by the Gawad America Awards as she received one of the most respectable recognition, which is the 2020 Most Influential Business Tycoon in the field of skincare and cosmetics.
21-year-old and successful businesswoman. Ito ang may K na kwento ni Glenda Victorio. Aminado si Glenda, anak siya ng GRO. 2 years old nang namatay ang kanyang tatay. Iniwan siya ng nanay sa kanyang inang o lola sa Morong, Rizal. Hirap sa buhay pero marami siyang pangarap. Kaya naman, bata pa lamang masipag na at honor student. Hilig din niya ang pag-aartista. Mahilig sumayaw at umarte. Kung ilang ulit din siyang pumila sa mga reality shows gaya ng Pinoy Big Brother. Pero sadyang wala doon ang kanyang swerte. At kahit maagang nakapag-asawa, pursigido si Glenda na umasenso, yumaman. Nang mauso ang pagnenegosyo online, ito ang tinutukan ni Glenda. Kasama ang kanyang mister na si Mac, lumuluwas sila papuntang Divisoria at kung ano ang pwedeng ibebenta ni Glenda online. Makeup, sabon, damit at kandila. Kung ano ang napapanahon at uso, kinakareer ni Glenda. At dahil nga sa sobrang kasipagan at pagpupuya, tinubuan ng maraming tigyawat si Glenda. Doon pala magbabago ang kanyang buhay. Mula sa kanyang supplier ng kandila, bumuo sila ng black charcoal soap at mismong si Glenda ang unang sumubok dito. Ginawa niyang guinea pig ang sarili and alas, kuminis ang kanyang mukha. Ini-upload sa online and the rest is history. Isinilang ang Brilliant Skin Essentials.
It will have the strongest and one of the strongest antidotes to pain. Everything passes.
You can do it because you have so much love for
It
yourself.
usually starts with something that's painful. Hi, I'm Boy Abunda. I'd like to speak with you with words spoken mula sa puso. I'd like to talk to you about beauty, about skin. It's going to be fun. 3 points. We have been told that beauty is skin deep. I've no quarrel with it. Simply means that beauty is shallow, it's skin deep, it's temporary, it's fleeting, it's ephemeral. Hindi nagtatagal. Alam natin yun. We all grow old, we all go away, we all pass. We know that. But when you take good care of that skin, to be very specific, you feel good. And that is a kind of skin that stays good, that stays firm, that stays brilliant because you spend time taking good care of it. Some people spend so much time looking for what works for them. the kind of soap, the kind of moisturizer, the kind of beauty essentials that work for them. Because it is a responsibility, especially the celebrity business, where I always say it is part of our responsibility to look good for our public, because that is the business of stars. So I believe that it is skin deep, but it's a good start. Number two, that brings me to the next point. If it is fleeting, if it is skin deep, if it is temporary, then you trigger that brilliance, that resplendence, that sparkle from within. You trigger that to come out into the external. Because when you mix the internal and the external kind of beauty, that skin glows. What are the triggers of letting that shine come out? You have to be happy. And what makes you happy? Family, a career, knowing that you work hard, knowing that you gave your all, and a happy disposition makes a person beautiful. There are people who make you happy. Happiness is a good trigger. Being positive. Attitude has so much to do with it. There are people who look at life with so much happiness, so much joy, with so much faith. It becomes infectious. You know, some people would say, surround yourself with positive people because they lift you up. Positivity is a trigger to let that shine, to let that brilliance come out. Contentment. You know, you work hard and God blesses you with a good life, a good career, but you have to know that you can only live so much with wealth. Count what you have, because what you have is enough. Because if you're not happy with what you have, it will never be enough. Number three, your story, your truth will always produce the most beautiful kind of beauty. There are inspirations. I had the chance to do an interview with this lady, Glenda Victorio. Brilliant Skin Essentials. What a lovely story. Pumipila sa PBB hours, days, because she wanted to be a movie star. She wanted to work on television. But that was not meant. She was meant to be an entrepreneur. She had pimples, the worst kind of acne, until she got into the black charcoal soap, if I remember correctly. She went for it and she told her story. She talked her story. This is who I am. And today, she's very successful. She's very beautiful because the beauty of Glenda comes from within. It radiates on the outside and you see a beautiful lady. So the best kind of beauty, the best kind of skin starts from here. Okay? Yes, I don't disagree. Beauty is skin deep. But you can trigger that brilliance from within, from the inside, by being happy, by being positive, by being kind, and stay true to your core. That smile will be the best smile. That beauty will be the most beautiful. Thank you. Once again, this is Boy Abunda, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you again with words spoken mula sa puso.
There you go. Thank you very much. That was Tito Boy right there with a great video. And that was Glenda Victorio of Brilliant Skin. You get to see more of her later on when we have our Q&A. Okay, let's move on to our next speaker. The last speaker in this session, she has over 20 years of experience in international business development, global account management, and integrated marketing communications across APAC or APAC, EMEA, and NA regions from leading multinationals, primarily in technology and consulting sectors. She has also held extensive roles in creative agencies where she drove successful engagements for the renowned brands like Nestle, P&G, Nespresso, I like Nespresso, I actually have a machine, to the Richmond Group, L'Oreal, Estee Lauder, JTI, and many others. Currently, she is the regional lead for sustainability and brand innovation under HP's Graphic Solutions industrial business for the Asia Pacific Japan region. She is inspiring and revitalizing brands and agencies through the empowerment provided by HP Indigo's digital print solutions by co-creating sustainable, personalized, and innovative campaigns at scale. In her limited downtime, she enjoys discovering Asian cultures and is learning Mandarin. To talk about embracing new normal megatrends to boost your brand growth through digital print. A big round of applause to Miss Victoria Andersen.
Wonderful. I very much appreciate your kind introduction, and it's a great pleasure and honor to be with you again today. Yesterday, I already had a wonderful opportunity to meet some of you, but probably not all of you. And I would like to once again, in a more conjuncted version, to address the topic of how to embrace new normal megatrends and boost your business through digital print. So obviously, my presentation coming from a technology multinational might not be as glamorous as the wonderful presentation of the speaker just before me, but let's see if you might still find something attractive for your business that can help you to boost your business and address the objectives that you might have. So I have already been presenting more than in detail just before, but my experience is definitely quite wide. And before moving to Asia, where I have been based now for the last almost 5 years out of Singapore, and where I lead regional brand innovation and sustainability engagement for HP's digital print solutions of Indigo, I have been based, as you can see from the actual picture right on the side. I was based in Switzerland. That's my home. And apart from eating chocolate, loving cheese, and enjoying skiing during the upcoming winter season now, I have been also exposed to so many brands and so many well-known as well as less-known brands. And a few of them have been a part of the beautiful cosmetics or body care sector, like L'Oreal, Estee Lauder, Elizabeth Arden, and many others. So my experience working with those and many other brands is something that we're leveraging today in even digital print solutions by helping everybody to understand what is it that we can help you with, and how you can address the new normal trends today. Now, what is important to say, and something I was also mentioning at the yesterday's session, is the fact that brand innovation within HP is the actual regional team. And after the session, our hopefully started relationship is not going to end, but there is a fantastic team based out of Philippines, my wonderful colleagues, Ivy, Nina, Eugene, who will be more than happy to continue this conversation with you and help you to address various ideas of how digital print technology can help you to innovate and stand out, both on the physical shelves, but also on the virtual ones. This team in particular can help you to create briefs and also answer your briefs with the help of digital print solutions. And we're also more than happy to support you in creation of various mock-ups for your packagings, labels, or why not even for large type of format promotional assets. So do stay tuned and let's dig in more in the content of this presentation. So speaking today about the new normal trends, and this is where we are today. It's probably the new normal that we are facing. And what we have clearly realized is that there are some of the trends which we thought would be temporary condition, but the more we're moving onwards, the more clear it's becoming they are actually here to stay for much longer than we have been expecting. So what are those specific new normal megatrends that is important for all of us to consider in our executions? So first of all, we're talking about business shift from optimization to agility and speed, where agility and speed or time to market are very important points which are addressing also reliability for the end consumers. We're also talking about the fact that a lot of companies are planning to organize and localize around the customer. And this has to do with the fact that the supply chains will be restructuring around maximum efficiency. We're also speaking here today about online. More than ever today, the shopping has been boosting online. But it's not just for the shoppers or the end consumers. We're also talking about online as forefront stores of so many brands, which decide to, even if they haven't considered that before, then today they decide to create their forefront stores online in particular. We're also speaking about trust and purpose that matter more than ever. And that also has to do with the entire agility, speed, reliability process and the type of matters that are most important for the end consumer today. And human connections, authentic human connections, that's something that will be also redefining the commerce today in general. And all this together will be helping to reestablishing brand loyalty, which has been shaking already before COVID hit off. So what does it mean in terms of digital print? How does it actually support the new megatrends? Well, digital print, with all due respect to analog print representatives, is all about agility and speed to market. We're talking about print innovation and versatility, full speed. Well, what is the speed? What is actually time to market? If you have ever been exposed to printing, packaging, labels, or any commercial editions, you might know that creation of just one SKU, one type of creative asset is taking you quite a while, and then you do need to make sure that you are printing a lot of MOQs, so minimum order quantities, in order to justify your costs. So within digital, the situation is slightly different. If within, again, analog print, it takes you probably several months to set up just one design for printing millions of packagings and labels, which are looking the same. Then within digital, you only need a couple of hours to print hundreds of thousands of unique packagings and labels. And what's even more important, all of them can look different. You can have millions of unique designs. We're also talking about automated purchasing journey, which is more important than ever today for the e-commerce purpose in particular. And this is a part of the digital print solutions and support that we are offering to all the brands. And you will see more examples of that moving forward. More than any other solution, digital print, in particular digital print by HP Indigo and Latex, are very much focused today on consumer-centric approach. Engagement, customization, personalization, that is all a part of what digital print is offering, and how you can maximize the value of your engagement with the end consumer. And already mentioned earlier about supply chain efficiency, and also in the same conjunction about sustainability or sustainable approach. Needless to say, everybody understand quite well that today sustainability is one of the prime pillars of any brand, any business. And very often the consumers are going for one or the other brand just because the packaging looks or is more sustainable, or the products themselves. Now, with digital print, and in particular digital print by Indigo and digital print by Latex, you're automatically becoming more sustainable because, first of all, you don't need to use the plates during your print. The plates are not existing there. Also, you have zero obsolescence, and you can save on waste up to 35%, which is actually making around 30 million tons of waste reduction in entire Asia Pacific. Also, another very important point is that you don't need to have huge MOQs. There are no MOQs, in fact, in digital print. It can be just one single print, which again is helping you to save costs on your storage, and this will of course become more sustainable at the same time. Now, having said all this, I think you realize that digital is definite opportunity for new window of various business options, also for your brands, hopefully. And I have already been mentioning two names, HP Indigo and HP Latex. And if one is helping you to support one part of the campaign, which is all about the packaging, labels, potentially print of commercial edition or publishing, then the other one is supporting your point of sale engagement and can help you with decoration of your specific point of sales, with signage, and also why not to print on a variety of different fabrics if you wish, glass, ceramics, you name it, various different surfaces we can print on as well. So all this together means that HP's digital print can be another way of creation of integrated campaign for your brands, for launching your products. And it might really pay off much faster than the pure advertising, because you do the advertising directly through digital print with its variable data capabilities and various other options. And these options are presented right here on this specific slide. So think about scaling through digital print. First line is mass production. This is what analog print is offering, or offset print is offering to you, where everything looks the same, right? So when we go to online store or physical store, this is pretty much the reality. The question is whether in this very crowded landscape of variety of different products, your brand can stand out by using same branding on each one of your packs or labels. Probably not as much, because what the prime consumer target audience today is looking for, what millennials and Gen Z are after, is something that is uniquely their own, something that looks different, and why not completely unique, or something that can also be more engaging, or a type of a smart package. So all these options are offered by HP's digital print solutions, whether it's different versions, options, variable content. You remember Share a Coke campaign with various labels containing different names or designs. Yes, that did come from HP Indigo back in 2011 in Australia, when Coke has realized that more than 60% of all millennials have never touched a Coke, and they wanted to change it. And therefore, they looked at what is important for millennials. And uniqueness, something on my own, was what Coke wanted to address with digital print capabilities. We also will be talking much more in detail about hyper customization and how you can actually even have access to HP's Smart Stream Designer software, which can help you to create uniquely your designs. And of course, personalization through e-commerce and engagements over smart packs, serialized codes, production, security, etc. All this in a nutshell, what HP's digital print can offer to you. Now, how brands can boost their business through digital print today? That's one of the questions that we are asking. Let's have a look at various examples that are presented on the next few slides. These are the live brand campaign examples which have already been launched across the world, including Asia Pacific and even Philippines. Now, what you see on the very first slide is an example of a total multimedia integrated marketing campaign. It's an activation campaign for Danone's Aquador brand, even though it's not specifically cosmetic brands, but it's a part of the beauty because water is the essence of our beauty. I think everybody will agree. So speaking about the Aquador water brand, the objective was to revitalize their brand, to create a stronger consumer connection, and also to speak about their values. So what they did here, they have used HP's Smart Stream Designer software called Mosaic, which is creating millions of unique designs just from one single design created by your designers in the form of a vector file. And in the example over here, you see that there are different elements of water, earth, flora, fauna, if you wish, or in the actual basic designs of Aquador's labels. But it's not just about the labels or packagings. Aquador also has extended the campaign outdoors, and that's exactly what you can see over here in the form of promotion in the streets of various cities. They have even created an exposition showcasing the fantastic new launch of the product, and also decorating the same location by using HP's Latex capabilities with a variety of different designs coming just from one single creative seed through HP Mosaic. We also supporting, of course, the point of sales stands and corrugated stands in particular in this case. And last but not least, of course, printing brochures where each one of those would look different, and further promoting the campaign and variety of different designs by connecting better through the elements that matter for the brand is another way how Danone and in particular Aquador have been driving their campaign and connecting with their end consumers. We're not stopping just there, and you say, okay, this is something that happened somewhere else. What about Philippines? Are we there yet? And you definitely are. And what I always love to say is that indeed some markets might be more penetrated by digital print solutions, and some of them still a bit more behind. But as I've had many talks during my visit to your wonderful country, I always said someone has to be number one, someone has to start it and be in the forefront of the innovation. And we have to proudly say that Human Nature brand, your local cosmetics brand, has been one of those innovators by using HP's digital print capabilities and creating variable data labels and packagings for its products to attract consumer attention. And with this, they have been promoting highest quality of Philippine-made natural products. And not only that, but they have also created label stickers with different versions for various different SKUs. We're not stopping just there, but we have had another wonderful brand example coming from our Latex or large format print colleagues. What you see over here is that in this case, one of the more well-known, renowned worldwide brands, L'Oreal, and its sub-brands, Kiehl's, have been strongly committing to sustainability, not just in theory, but in practice. And by 2030, they made a promise to use non-PVC sustainable film for all their brands. Now, what's important to say is that the current project's requirement was to apply film directly to the signature brick wall in their point of sale. And it was done by printing water-based ink type of execution through HP Latex. Not only, but they have been also using a 3M sustainable film with Green Guard gold certification. And of course, using various different applications, various different creative versions was another way how to show practical commitment to sustainability. Staying with L'Oreal, but this time addressing HP Indigo, or namely packaging and labels type of activation. You see here how L'Oreal has been successfully collaborating with Disney. And you might have heard of that. Working with Disney is extremely difficult. The entire partnership is taking you ages, and to convince them, it's sometimes close to impossible. So it took them a while to convince Disney to collaborate on this specific project by promoting their new upcoming cartoon series. Now, what happened next was that not only L'Oreal continued collaboration with Disney, but they have created multiple new campaigns which were promoting variety of their upcoming cartoons for years ahead. So it's just to show you the beauty of digital print, various options of opening the doors which might have been closed before, various of different ways of how you can create, engage, and promote your own products. Onwards with showcasing to you innovation and versatility. Just before, I have been mentioning one of our fantastic software options called Mosaic, where you have just one design that you can rotate, zoom in, zoom out, and create millions of unique designs just through one seed. Now here you have another software option called HP Collage tool. In this case, they are using something different. They're using just the elements. And what you see on this specific example are the elements of sprout characters, clouds, and sprouts themselves. And that was used in order to create unique packaging with a fun twist to launch their new product line. So instead of zooming in, zoom out like you did before and rotating the one seed, one single design of HP Mosaic, HP Collage is helping you to mirror, to scale, to minimize if you wish, change colors of the elements. And this way you can create a whole story just through the packaging. So all in all, thanks to this software solution of HP Collage, they have been created more than thousands of various playful and vibrant versions of these packs and designs. We're also speaking about cosmetics again, and in this case, we're talking about Johnson & Johnson's award-winning brand that has been here for ages, namely Neutrogena, the hand cream. If you know Neutrogena, you might have followed the fact that they haven't had any rebranding for over 20 years. And in the end, a few years back, they decided to do something different and create a limited edition version for their packaging. In this case, they have selected the theme, a book of about millennials, and have applied various different themes from millennial lifestyle directly on their illuminated tubes. So yes, HP Indigo has been printing directly on these illuminating tubes, and as the results, the sellout of the same brand of Neutrogena hand creams has gone out 4 times faster than ever, just by producing 6 unique versions targeting young millennials. The success was so huge that the president of the company visited us in Singapore in order to see all various different options of applications. And moving from there, we have been able to establish regional collaboration with this brand. Talking about big brands, now back to smaller brands again. In this case, it's quite a local brand called Orlar from Vietnam. And this brand is producing food, and them, as many others, still struggling to stand out on the shelves. So they decided to use digital print, various capabilities of digital print solutions in order to stand out on the shelves. In the specific concepts that you see on the right-hand side of your screen, you see that they have been using combination, in fact, of both mosaic and collage to package selection of strawberries, lettuces, and edible flowers. Isn't it amazing? So much vibrancy and so many positive emotions. One of my favorite brand customers is Colgate. And today, more than ever, the projects that they have run before are talking about creating more authentic connections with their audience, with their end consumer. One of their projects that was run just earlier in China has been addressing the upcoming All Lovers Day. And as you see here, their packaging have been using variable data, which at the end have been forming a joint heart. But they were not stopping just there, but they even added the hearts in the content of the toothpaste itself. Another project that was run later was done in collaboration with Colgate in India. And they have decided just within a few weeks before New Year's Eve to address personal type of commitments. And those commitments people could address online on amazon.in, create their own commitment messaging or resolutions for New Year. And as you see on the bottom of the screen, there is a yellow stripe with red text. This is what has been printed directly on the toothpaste tubes. But not only, also the packaging has addressed similar type of resolutions and made something that would be not even noticed before, using personalized type of approach, and everybody would like to keep and enjoy and engage through Colgate brand. We're also addressing supply chain. We have been talking about it already before, and supply chain is something that is extremely important for everybody today in order to increase in general, they are also sustainable type of activation. And the projects like print on demand are really helping the brands with a huge amount of SKUs. And in this case, Maggie and Allen Lollies by Nestle's brands. And sustainability is also something that is not necessarily boring, but can also be very stylish, right? And here you see one of the local brands of a smaller country like Latvia on the Baltic Sea have been addressing recyclable BOPP and OPP lemonade for a flow pack, and again, using HP's SmartStream Mosaic software. Last but not least, I'm also speaking about the engagement opportunities online, e-commerce opportunities, where you don't really need to change the entire pack, but you can personalize just a sleeve and have these well-known products or less known products to be delivered to your close ones with personalized messagings on top and create some joy in this maybe slightly more constrained environment. And finally, we're speaking about protection. Protection, which can also be at the same time type of engagement. A lot of brands are today suffering from their issues on counterfeiting. And with HP's digital print, you have a chance to create millions of unique QR codes, and this way try to find the counterfeiting issues, and they are getting printed directly on your products. But not only, you can also create a second layer of protection, which could be watermark based code, and have it printed directly on the laminated tubes or directly on the packagings. And this way, both create protection for your brand, increase your supply chain efficiency, and also consumer engagement. To wrap this up, I want to ask everybody what to potentially will be your next steps. And what my suggestion would be is to disrupt your industry with agile technology and diversify and create buzz. Show value for your customers, create opportunities for ecosystems, and do take advantage of the momentum. I'm almost there. I'm about to say thank you, salamat to everybody. And moving forward, if you would like to arrange separate sessions, if you would like to get trainings or access to our software solutions, designer software solutions mentioned just before, don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We'll be more than happy to connect you locally and provide to you with personal sessions, personal workshops, ideation workshops moving forward, and also trainings on the software solutions that were addressed just before. So once again, thank you so much, salamat, and please do stay safe and do stay well. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, Victoria Andersen, right there, regional lead for HP Indigo and HP Latex here in the Philippines. Victoria, thank you. Please join us and the rest of the panel. We will now have our Q&A session. Let me welcome back on our virtual stage our speakers earlier that did not have a Q&A. Thank you very much, Victoria Andersen, right there, regional lead for HP Indigo and HP Latex here in the Philippines. Victoria, thank you. Please join us and the rest of the panel. We will now have our Q&A session. Let me welcome back on our virtual stage our speakers earlier that did not have a Q&A session. We're going to do that accumulatively right now. Help me welcome back on the virtual stage. I have, give me one second, the president of CCIP, one of our organizers of this event, manages DJM Grandeur as well. A big round of virtual applause to Miss Dina Estacio. Hi, Dina.
Hello.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me call your other friends, all right? from Globe My Business, the business development head of Globe My Business, Cris Roque.
Hi everyone, good afternoon.
Hi, Cris. All right, the CEO of Brilliant Skin, Miss Glenda Victorio.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, Glenda. Hi, Glenda.
Hello.
And of course, our last speaker, but definitely not the least, we have Miss Victoria Andersen of HP Indigo and HP Latex.
Hello again.
Hi, ladies. This is like a girl power session, huh?
Indeed, indeed.
Victoria,
Yeah.
where are you now?
I'm in Singapore. Beautiful
You're
Singapore.
in Singapore. Great. And we're sharing the same timeline, more or less, correct? Yes, we are.
Yes, luckily.
Yes, we are. And Cris, Glenda, and Dina, we're all in the Philippines, correct?
Yes, yes.
All right, so good afternoon to everybody. Great presentations, all of you. I have a few questions from our audience. This one is for Miss Dina. I have a question from Rachel Joyce Lambon. Her question is, will FDA approve if the company provides chemical technology PRC license only? Will FDA approve it?
I did not get your question. Can you?
That's
please?
okay. I will
Yes,
repeat. Okay.
Okay.
Will the FDA in the Philippines approve if the company provides chemical technology PRC license only? I think this is a cosmetic specific question for you.
So PRC ID?
No. Will the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration of the Philippines, approve if, let's say, a cosmetic company provides only a chemical technology license?
Okay. I get it. Okay.
Mhm.
So one of the requirements of the Philippine FDA is at least science-related course to be their regulatory personnel. But based on, if you are a manufacturer, I am referring to a cosmetic establishment, which is a manufacturer, they need a licensed chemist. That is based on the chemistry law. But FDA allows and they accept any science-based or course-related, they accept it. Like, for example, biologists, biochem, pharmacists. So under the category of cosmetics, they accept and allow these professionals.
Okay. And there is a chemistry law that you mentioned.
Yes.
And that needs to be satisfied.
Yes, if the company is a manufacturer.
Okay, they did not specify.
Yes. But if the company is only a distributor or a trader, there is no need.
Okay, all right. So Rachel Joyce Lambon, I hope we answered your question. All right, let's move on to our next. Thank you, by the way, Dina. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, let's move on. For Cris Roque of Globe My Business. And as well as Victoria as well. Victoria and Cris, you can answer simultaneously. Who can we contact for a partnership opportunity?
Okay.
Shall I start?
Cris,
Okay,
you may go ahead, Cris.
Okay, go ahead.
Sure. In terms of partnership, you can get in touch with me directly. Actually, we've been establishing partnerships with different companies. And after that, to establish that, we can actually visit you and provide business consultancy for free, as well as do recommendations as well, and discuss that about what kind of partnership are we talking about as well.
All right, Victoria?
As we speak, I'm just about to type my email address once again. So please do not hesitate to get in touch. Just type my email address in the webinar chat, and I will be more than happy to connect you with our local team, as already mentioned, Ivy, Nina, Eugene. They are all based out of beautiful Philippines, so we'll be more than happy to discuss with you the partnership opportunities. So please do take this chance and get connected with us.
All right, there you have it. I actually contacted Nina. We had to connect. I'm a creative director here in the Philippines, as well as Cris. I'm going to connect with you, okay? LinkedIn. I'll connect with you guys on LinkedIn. All right. And we have, of course, Glenda of Brilliant Skin. She has her own Q&A portion happening after this. So Glenda, you'll stand by for us, right?
Yes.
Yes, Glenda. Glenda is sitting pretty in her office. Are you in your office? I can see the logo behind you.
Yes,
All right.
I'm in my
Hey, where is your main office, Glenda? Where is Brilliant Skin?
Yes, we're located here in Morong, Rizal.
Uh-huh. Rizal is in the north area, right? Like that's near Quezon City. Am I right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies.
Glenda, yeah, I can just say, Glenda, amazing presentation and what a journey. And we can be just so proud of a fellow lady who has managed this. Bravo. And you are glowing just like the Brilliant Skin.
Thank you.
I agree. What a great story. And that's why she has her own Q&A portion right after this, because such a great story right there. You know, she started SME and now she's a big brand. So watch out for that, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies of the panel, such a pleasure talking to you today. Thank you very much. Victoria, Cris, Dina, and Glenda, wave goodbye to your audience. We will see you around. Glenda, what a great story you have. I think that you're a great inspiration for people right now who are in their homes watching, who want to start a business at this time. So I have my personal question for you. What is your advice to the people who are starting at the point where you started before, online businessing? What is your advice to the people who are at that stage right now?
Can I speak Tagalog for my viewers?
For sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Sa lahat po ng gustong magsimula ng online business or sa lahat po ng gustong maging online seller, kailangan number 1, alamin mo muna talaga kung ano yung passion mo or kung ano ba talaga yung dapat mong ibenta. Alamin mo kung sino nga ba yung customers mo. So kailangan meron tayong target, and once you have the goal already, kailangan you must act on your goal. Kailangan sabayan mo siya ng kilos. Hindi dapat pag may goal tayo parang, ayan na, goal lang natin siya. Kailangan meron tayong kilos, and from time to time, once you reach your goals, kailangan pag nakuha mo na siya, you set another goal higher doon sa goal na na-set mo before. And you must stay focused. Kailangan lagi tayong focus. Hindi porket merong hindi naniniwala sa atin or binabato tayo ng ibang tao, titigil na tayo. And for me, never be afraid of failures. Okay lang magkamali. Pag nagkamali tayo, tuloy lang and laban lang. And ayun nga, sa mga viewers natin, especially ngayon na meron tayong pandemic, alam ko, halos lahat ng small business owners na katulad natin ay nakakaranas ng pagsubok, di ba? Nandyan yung matumal or yung mahinang benta. Okay lang yan kasi hindi lang naman kayong nakakaranas niyan. So, halos lahat po tayo ngayon ay nakakaranas ng maliit na benta. So, tuloy lang po natin kasi pare-pareho lang naman tayo nagsasuffer dito sa pandemic at hindi naman doon natatapos yung pangarap natin.
Okay, I have a question for you from Carolyn Puerto. She's saying, Miss Glenda, I admire your success. How to be a franchise dealer of Brilliant Skin? Paano?
Okay, so to be a franchisee of Brilliant Skin Essentials, in one province, we only allot one franchisee per province, and I don't think we still have an open area for franchisee here in the Philippines, but we are open globally. So we also have franchisee in Dubai, in Malaysia, and yes, to be a Brilliant Skin Essentials franchisee, you need to invest 3 million pesos for a franchise, but that's without royalty fee. So we don't charge royalty fee. 3 million pesos para sa lahat ng products ni Brilliant Skin Essentials. And yeah, marketing support, and you will be the franchisee for one whole province.
One whole province only. So it's no competitors. It's just you. It's not like
Yes.
Jollibee, where there are several Jollibees everywhere. Very nice. And includes marketing support. That's good. It's a very similar franchise pattern that we have in the Philippines. Okay, last question for you, Glenda. Ano ang pinakamalaking challenge habang tinatayo ang brand mo?
Okay. So for me, ang pinakamalaking challenge na na-experience ko when I'm building my brand is that wala akong knowledge, or nagsimula ako ng parang hindi ko alam na mapupunta ako sa ganitong business. So for me, that's a challenge na hindi ko talaga siya pinag-aralan. So I need to continue learning para at least alam ko yung gagawin ko. Kasi 'di ba, hindi ko naman siya pinag-aralan. So ayun, that's one challenge, and dahil nga lack of knowledge ako regarding sa business, akala ko naglalaro lang ako. So at first, wala kaming kahit anong registration. We don't have legality, especially with BIR, with FDA. And ayun, akala ko nga, nung time na wala kaming registration or kahit anong legalities, akala ko mag-stop na din yung business. But ayun, advice ko lang din sa mga nanonood na mag-comply tayo, 'di ba? Pag small business owners tayo, parang akala natin hindi natin kailangang mag-register. So we need to register our business whether nasa bahay lang tayo or we're doing it online.
Okay, all right. Glenda, if our customers have more questions about Brilliant Skin, how can they reach you? On your website?
Yes, okay. They will ask questions on my page. It's on my Facebook page. It's Miss Glenda, and on my Instagram, it's I am Miss Glenda. And if they will ask regarding Brilliant Skin Essentials, they can send their queries to Brilliant Skin Essentials main office Facebook page.
Okay, again, that's Miss Glenda, MISS, correct?
Yes, correct.
There you go. So everybody take note of the spelling. That's MISS Glenda. And I am Miss Glenda.
On Instagram.
On Instagram. Glenda, you are inspiring to everybody in the Philippines, especially at this time. Thank you so much. And for being a sponsor for Beauty and Wellness Manila. Thank you. Thank you. You have a great day, okay? We'll see you later. Goodbye.
Thank you.